Assume your audience is all in the same place. If you're thinking about PCCPO, maybe you'll get where I'm going with this one. The diagnostic is you probably skipped channels. So saying, well, we should just do Facebook. Everybody's on Facebook, right? You've now assumed your audience is all in the same place. Your different personas are going to use different channels, and pausing and making sure you're thinking through channels and that you've got strong drivers as part of this campaign will make sure this doesn't happen. Your solution, get obsessed with knowing which channels your target market uses. This is pretty straightforward. Some advice. Here's the nice thing. You don't have to chase shiny objects. We have people come to us, hey, we've heard about TikTok. Should we be on TikTok? Well, let me back up. Think about the strategy. Who's our persona, our product? Is this a channel we should be working in? Maybe not. I mean, maybe your personas aren't on TikTok. You don't need to chase the latest and greatest thing sometimes, especially with limited resources. One way to think about different channels, if you just Google like benchmarks for email marketing or benchmarks for pay-per-click, you can find there's all these companies that produce, publish data about what makes for good content, good performance in different channels. It's really helpful, right? Like you can know that email marketing open rates are 20%, and it can help you think about what channels you might want to use if you know some benchmarks in mind. One way to think about channels, especially if you're going to add a new channel, is kind of R&D. Just think about it as an R&D investment. We're going to take a little bit of our budget and test out a new channel. Here's some of the benchmarks and KPIs we want to hit. And then if we hit those benchmarks, excellent. Sometimes it'll make sense to, I jokingly call this like rotate your crops. You might stop some campaigns every once in a while. So for example, radio buyers know this, that if you buy ads every 3 weeks, but then take a week off, the listener will not realize you took a week off and you saved a quarter of your budget. There's something about that cadence where if you are playing radio ads for 3 weeks, you take a week off, when you start it back up again, it didn't feel like a gap for whatever reason. It's a way to save money as maybe certain channels dip, take a pause on them. Build your email list. I will say, regardless of what industry you're in, email marketing is usually, for most of our clients, one of their highest performing channels. Slowly building your email list over time, capturing people's email. By the way, make sure that they're opting in. Make sure that they're checking the little box that says, I know I'll receive communications from you, is really important. This is just a quick list on, depending on the speed in which you're trying to do your marketing, what types of channels you might want to pick. Certain channels are slower. Organic channels tend to be slower. PR, earning stories, SEO tends to be a slower play. If you want to buy eyeballs, you can. It just costs money. Just your driver's budget is going to go up.